few of us are rather misbehaved, or rather self-absorbed, so we're not fit to be among the civil. We get sent to the dream or illusion world. And here, right, everything is temporary. Here, everything is a reflection. So, we see the forms or the roles that are found in the spiritual world, but yet they don't last, and we're constantly cycling through them. Right, like we heard in the life experience of Sripad Maharaj when he was in college. He had a friend when he was a senior. He had a friend who was a freshman, but he was fond, had some positive interaction with this younger fellow, because that fellow had grown up in a family of devotees of Mahaprabhu, and it was some of his early association with someone who'd been cultured in Gaudiya Vaishnava. So Srila Maharaj found something of interest in this young friend. And once they're together, and as we often see in India, sometimes people, they'll like stroll around brushing their teeth. We don't find this in the Western countries. Right? But many times they'll like walk into a village and there's just people walking around brushing their teeth. Sometimes it's like stopping around the house. One time we were with Srila Charchman, we were doing kirtan through this one village, and we're like going along, and then there's one guy by a pump well, like pumping the thing, like brushing his teeth with like all this stuff, like he doesn't notice, but it's like poured across his mouth, and then like the people around him are like, they're like kind of getting into the kirtan, and he just has this kind of dumb look on his face, like, who are you guys? He's not chanting, but like his friends and the people with him had started chanting along. And as this happened, Srila Charchman looked at me like kind of like, oh, there's the unfortunate guy. The 2 seconds that the kirtan goes by, he had his toothbrush in his mouth. He didn't get the chanting. Anyway, that's another thing. But in the time of Srila Maharaj, this was prior to the toothpaste era. So they had neem twigs, right? If you break off a young piece of neem and like kind of suck on it a little bit, it gets soft, and then you can brush your teeth with that. So they were walking along with their neem twigs, brushing their teeth. And it was around the end of the term, and the test was coming up, and then the school would be out of session for some time. And so they were discussing what they would do after the school term ended, and where they would go, or things like this. And in the course of the discussion, Srila Maharaj had inquired, where are you going, or what will you do? Will you visit your family? Will you, and he mentioned something about the man, will you stay with your father, or something like this. And the young friend, he responded, yes, I will spend a little bit of time in the house of that gentleman. And Srila Maharaj said, this struck him like a bolt of lightning. He said, never in his life had he ever seen someone refer to their own father as that gentleman, like in this very distant way, right? And Srila Maharaj, it came to him like an epiphany, like he felt this clarity to see the temporary nature of all of our relationships in this world, and it was like, deeply inspired him to seek out some eternal relationships. If even his father, the person whom is regarded as one's guru, primary authority figure, guide in life, if he, is just this passing acquaintance. And his friend, even if I remember the story right, he saw some surprise on the face of Srila Ramendra, or I think was his name at the time, and said, oh, we are living in this house for 20 years, 30 years. That is a very short period of time in eternity. happened to cross paths with his life for a little while. But we find in Indian culture very, very strong idea of family attachment. Right? Like Srila Govinda Maharaj many times commented on this. Both the strength of it in India and how much he was happy to see the absence of it in the West. Right? Like numerous times. There are many qualities found in the Western culture, that they don't have so much attachment for family. Like, this I like very much. But